Okay, hi, my name is Kelly, and I'm going to start doing a little series here based on proofreading, writing correctly, editing, spelling, grammar, punctuation, all that good sort of stuff that everybody loves so much when they go to school and have to learn to write stuff. Anyway, basically, what I'm planning on is devoting each one of these videos to a different pet peeve or something like that. You could consider each one a different lesson in and of itself if you really want to. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is the proper use of the word hopefully. H-O-P-E F-U-L-L-Y. Hopefully. Can you say hopefully, boys and girls? Good, I knew you could. Okay, sorry. The problem with this word is that almost nobody uses it properly. Almost nobody. Here's how people usually use this word. They'll say, well, hopefully I can make it to the mall with you this Friday. Or, hopefully I'll get the job that I've applied for. This is how people try to use the word hopefully. And the problem is, it is completely incorrect. Now, I myself was guilty of using this incorrectly until I went to college and worked for an English professor, and she ranted and ranted about it to me and to whoever else was within earshot until I learned it. The problem is this. What people mean when they say, hopefully I'll get a raise, is I hope that I will get a raise. That's what they mean. And, okay, generally most people understand it correctly, but still, it's not right, because it's confusing when you try to use the word properly. Okay, let's step back, look at the word. It ends in ly, and with very few exceptions, there are a few, but with very few exceptions, words that end in ly are adverbs. Okay, adverbs modify verbs. And that's what hopefully is. Hopefully is an adverb. Now, another thing to note about adverbs that end in ly, generally, the way that they are constructed is that you take an adjective, something that can be used to describe a noun, and add ly to it, and then you have this new adverb that can describe a verb now. Okay, so hopefully comes from taking the adjective hopeful and adding ly to it. So you could describe a noun with the word hopeful. He gave her a hopeful glance across the room. Or she was hopeful that he would ask her to the prom. Or something like that, okay? So, full of hope. The word means full of hope. She was full of hope that he would ask her to the prom. He was full of hope that he would get a raise, whatever. Okay, you get the idea. This is what hopeful, the adjective, means. So now, hopefully means to do something. Okay, again, to do, this is a verb. Verbs are doing things, right? So if you do something hopefully, you are doing it while full of hope. Now, let's go back to the improper usages. If you say, hopefully I can go to the mall with you, you're really saying, I can go to the mall with you, hopefully. I can go to the mall with you, full of hope. I can go to the mall with you and be full of hope at the same time. What are you full of hope about if you're going to the mall? You don't mean that. You don't mean that you are going to go to the mall and that you will be full of hope as you do this. What you mean is that you hope you can go to the mall. Maybe you can go to the mall. But if you say, I can hopefully go to the mall, you're saying you can definitely go to the mall and be full of hope about something, I don't know what, but about something when you are at the mall or as you are going to the mall. If you say, hopefully I'll get that raise next month, what you're really saying is you're going to get that raise, absolutely definitely, you're going to get it, and as you get that raise, you're going to be full of hope for something vague that you haven't brought up yet. I don't know what else you're going to hope for. You've already gotten the raise, selfish jerk. To recapitulate, and that's the long word for recap, in case you were wondering. To recap, most people use hopefully improperly. What it means really is that as the verb being described is being done, the doer of the verb, the subject, is full of hope. Okay, so most people don't use this properly, but an example of it being used properly might be the dog whined and looked at his master hopefully, or he looked into her eyes hopefully, or the little girl held on to her father's hand and looked hopefully at the candy store. Okay, these are people or dogs who are full of hope as they do something. They are full of hope as they look at the thing, or whatever else it is, the person that they are hoping for. Okay, the dog hopes for the hamburger. The boy hopes for the girl. The little girl hopes for the candy. Okay, they are full of hope as they do something. You could even say the kid on the BMX bike drove down the ramp hopefully, because he's full of hope that he won't crash and die or some other horrible thing like that. Anyway, so that's about it for this topic. I think I've basically covered everything, the way that most people use it improperly, the way that you should use it properly, and situations in which it can be used properly. So that's my rant number 1. Hope you enjoyed it. I will try to make more of these in the future and try to make them entertaining, because I know you demand that. Okay? Okay, bye.